Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the wild world of corporate filings and maybe lose a few brain cells doing it. Today we are diving into Bakkt Holdings. Now buckle up because things are getting interesting. So Bakkt Holdings just dropped this report, and it's less about a regular checkup and more about a significant strategic pivot. Think of it like a company announcing it's selling its lemonade stand to focus entirely on building rocket ships. That's kind of the vibe here as they transform into a pure play crypto infrastructure company. First up, Bakkt is making moves in Tokyo by acquiring a significant chunk, about 30% of Marusha Hotta or MHT. This MHT company is listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, which is a pretty big deal. The boss of Bakkt International, this guy, Philip Lord, is even stepping in as MHT's new chief executive officer. And get this, MHT is planning a big shareholder meeting soon where they're thinking about changing what the company does and even issuing new preferred stock and warrants. This sounds like a major integration effort is underway, and we'll see what happens in October. Now, here's a curveball. A company called Public is pulling its customers from Bakkt's platform. This isn't a small thing either. Public was responsible for about 9.44% of Bakkt's crypto revenue last year and a hefty 14.5% in the first half of this year. Public is aiming to finish offloading its customers by October 31st. Losing almost 10% of your revenue source is a clear signal that Bakkt's business is changing, and maybe not entirely in the ways they hoped. This is a direct impact on their existing customer base and revenue streams. But it's not all bad news. Bakkt has finalized a deal with Distributed Technologies Research Global, or DTR. They are also planning to sell off their loyalty and travel redemption business, aiming to wrap that up in the third quarter of this year. This again reinforces that major strategic shift away from traditional services towards becoming a crypto-focused entity. Selling off these older business lines is a crucial part of shedding weight and focusing resources on their new crypto vision. And in a move that sounds pretty significant for any company dealing with digital assets, Bakkt signed a preliminary agreement, a letter of intent with ICE Digital Trust, which is part of the Intercontinental Exchange. You know, the folks behind the New York Stock Exchange. The plan is for ICE and Digital Trust to hold Bakkt's digital assets like cryptocurrencies for their own corporate treasury. Not only that, but Bakkt also wants to resell ICE Digital Trust to hold Bakkt at highly regulated area. So partnering with a major player like ICE is a smart move for credibility and security. Partnering with a major player like ICE is a smart move for credibility and security. Now, like most of these reports, Bakkt includes a section on forward-looking statements. This is basically legalese for what we hope will happen, but it also highlights some pretty big potential risks. They are talking about growing their business, managing regulatory approvals, integrating new technologies, and the general volatility of digital assets. Here's where the rubber meets the road on the risks. They explicitly mention their ability to grow profitably, getting regulatory approvals for their DTR deal, and successfully integrating operations with DTR. Then they dive into the nitty-gritty of crypto risks, price volatility, liquidity issues, market manipulation, compliance failures at exchanges, and even the possibility that regulators might reclassify Bitcoin as a security. If that happens, Bakkt could be in violation of securities laws. That's a huge if, but a very real concern for any company deeply involved in crypto. They go on to list pretty much every conceivable risk out there for a crypto company. This includes things like not being able to get banking services, losing digital assets due to security breaches or even custodian insolvency, and the general uncertainty of the entire crypto regulatory landscape. They even mention the risk of their digital assets being unrecoverable because of the immutable nature of blockchain. It's a long list, a very long list that paints a picture of a company operating in a high-stakes, highly unpredictable environment. And to wrap it all up, this report is signed off by Mark D'Annunzio, who holds the title of General Counsel and Secretary. This basically means the company's legal team is signing off on these disclosures and strategies. So what's my take on all of this? Bakkt is definitely making a bold pivot. They are shedding traditional business in favor of a pure crypto play. This is a high-risk, high-reward strategy. On the positive side, partnering with ICE Digital Trust is a significant endorsement and could provide them with vital infrastructure and credibility. Expanding into international markets with the MHT acquisition also shows ambition. They are clearly trying to reshape the company into something leaner and more crypto-centric. However, the risks are substantial. Losing a significant chunk of their crypto revenue from Public is a red flag, indicating market shifts or perhaps issues with their service. The entire crypto industry remains incredibly volatile and subject to regulatory whims. If regulations tighten significantly, or if key digital assets like Bitcoin face major price corrections or legal challenges, Bakkt could be severely impacted. They are betting the farm on crypto infrastructure, and that's a bet with a very wide range of possible outcomes. The company's future hinges on their ability to successfully execute these strategic shifts, secure necessary regulatory approvals, and navigate the turbulent crypto waters. It's an exciting time for Bakkt, but also a potentially perilous one. Alright, that's our breakdown of Bakkt's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think their crypto pivot is a smart move or a risky gamble? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the corporate world. And don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.